Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesdays in Bed with Keith. Obviously, it's Wednesday, and it is a gorgeous day out there, and I am savoring every last minute because we have begun the ramp up to going back to work on June 1st. And, I actually enjoyed the quarantine. Like, there was really nothing about it that I didn't enjoy. I have to be totally honest. And I know some people, just hated every minute of it, but I used it to do just like super fun things and just chill and embrace it because, what are you going to do? I mean, come on. But anyway, I was thinking about the kids who have worked so hard to make it to their graduation, and some of like summa cum laude, magna cum laude, the kids who have just looked so forward to this, and also their proms. And girls love the prom. By the way, we're going to talk about that for 1 second because this is just between the two of us. Nobody else can know. I don't want this like all over social media. You can take the sweetest, most wonderful little girl in the world and you put something formal on her, like a prom gown or a wedding gown, and all of a sudden, like, they turn into this like psycho crazy person. And it's really, really funny, but it's really intimidating. Like, this girl you've known almost since she was in diapers turns into this maniacal person, and just you see a whole side of people that you never ever believed was there, and yet it really was. But again, whatever, that's just how it goes. And don't talk about it. It's just us, you and me. So it brought me to think about my prom. And I really did not want to go to my prom. Like, that was the last thing on earth I wanted to do. I had no interest. I had no desire. I was very shy. Quite frankly, I didn't think anybody at the school even liked me except, my few couple of friends. I was so like introverted. So anyway, my friend Deborah, her boyfriend decided that he was going to break up with her about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks before prom. And she was devastated, and I don't blame her. She put a lot of time and effort into this thing. And I just was afraid that not only had he hurt her, but he was about to hurt me because I could see where the handwriting was on the wall. And her friends approached me and they sort of were like, you have to take Deb to the prom. And I was like, no, I don't really think I want to. And they're like, yes, you have to take Deb to the prom because she has waited. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's going to work. And they're like, come on, you're such a good guy. Please do it. And I finally gave in, and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? She has, spent all this time. She got her dress. She's looked forward to it. It's something that girls want to do. So I decided, buck up. And besides, I was kind of looking forward to wearing the tuxedo. Like, I loved it. Like, I thought it was really, really cool. And in the 1970s especially, we had ruffles. We had ruffles here and ruffles here, the ruffles here, and they were all tipped. And, like the bell-bottom trousers and high platform shoes. And, it was the closest thing to drag I was going to get to for many, many years. So I decided, why not? So I went and I got this navy blue tuxedo. And it had a white shirt with a dark blue ruffle on the collar, on the front. And, it was just like all that. Like, I looked at myself and I thought, you look good. And I had never worn anything like it before in my life. But it was the beginning of a whole situation. So I went out to go get her corsage, all dressed up and ready to go. It was on the way to her parents' house. And I stop, and there are all these kids from my school in the florist shop, and all the guys looked great. They really, really looked great. And I was thinking to myself, why am I not going with you? Like, you're the one that I should be going with. Come on, this is like, it felt like just how it should be. So the florist comes up to me, and he was like this little sort of gay guy, and he had like jet black hair and very cute, but So he says to me, you are the most handsome one out of the whole bunch in that tuxedo. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I started like daydreaming. Like, I was like an 18-year-old kid, 17-year-old kid. And I was thinking about, wow, what would it be like to go to the prom with him? Like, I knew that wasn't what I should be thinking, but it's what I was thinking. And how different would it be? And, back then that was like taboo, like, we're on fire, like, they're going to torch you and send you out of town. chasing you. So anyway, it was just this weird sensation that I got. And I thought about it like the whole night. It wasn't like it just went away. So anyway, I pick her up and we go to the prom. And it was at this hotel in New Haven, which used to be called the Park Plaza. And, I had heard all these stories about what was going to happen and how, I should bring condoms, rubbers, they call it. And like I should bring condoms because, she was going to expect me to, and that just terrified me. Like I thought to myself, how can I get like an stomach, intestinal problem so that I won't have to do this? Can I force myself to throw up? Like I just didn't know, and I was all like scared and freaked out. And so anyway, we go, and the whole thing was like just this big room. Like it wasn't what I thought it was going to be at all. And kids were just there and dancing, and there was not much going on in my eyes, except one of the girls got like so shit-faced. She like boom hit the floor, like boom, just like went down, and you could see her going down. I thought to myself, wow, that's one way to get out of it. I could just drink myself into oblivion. So anyway, the whole prom went on, and it was fine. It was nothing. And I thought to myself, I really never have to do this again. So as I'm taking her home, she's like, now don't forget, tomorrow's the after prom, and we're all going to the beach, and so on and so forth. And I was thinking, I didn't sign up for that. I just signed up to put the tux on and then, like take you here, let you dance a little bit, and then go home. So the first thing that comes out of my mouth is, oh, I'm really sorry. I said, this was last minute, and, I have a tennis lesson tomorrow. And in the meantime, she looks at me and she was like, you're kidding. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't really miss it. And, da, 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 da. Now, the kick-ass part of that is I don't take tennis lessons. I didn't even play tennis. Well, I played tennis, but not like to that degree. And I thought to myself later, I got so silly. I was like, why did you pick tennis? Like, did that sound like something that I would do? But anyway, it sounded better than, I guess, football, because she would have known I was lying at that point. So we get back to the house, and sure enough, my parents were waiting for me, and, they want to know how everything is. And I just told them it was fine. And my mother's like, did you have a good time? And you must be so excited. And I was like, oh, yeah, I was really excited. Like, made my night, and, blah, blah, blah. So I sort of put that away, and I hadn't thought about it in a very long time. And then when I turned 45, very dear friends of mine decided to give me a birthday party because I was single at the time. And they decided that it'd be really fun to have a prom. And I just got so silly because I was like, oh my God, I'm not having one prom in my life, I'm having two. So I went online. Thank God for being online. You can get anything you want. And I got the tuxedo, and I got the white shirt with the ruffles, and, my hair was darker, and I parted it in the middle, and I blew it out with the feathers all going back. And it was just a hoot. And I have to tell you, I had a really good time. Like, I had a really, really, really good time. I had a good time getting dressed for it. I had a good time at my prom. So I'm just thinking that maybe you should always have two proms in your life. Like, have the one in high school, and then have the one when you're like midway. And by midway, I mean midway to whatever. And it was really, really, really fun. So I just thought to myself, I feel so bad for these kids, but the good news is there is an opportunity, and you should always jump on opportunities because they do come along more than once. And I'm telling you, that prom party when I was older was the bomb. So anyway, that's my story. That's my prom. Nothing big, nothing small. That's all.